All right, a few people have asked me how I travel all over the country with my motorcycle. First off, I have a '06 Harley Sportster 1200. Approximate weight is around 575, 600 pounds, depending on how much fuel I have in it, what I got in the bags. I used to have a Chevy Colorado that I moved it with airbags in the rear end to help lift it up some. But basically what I have is a sport rack hauler. I got it from discountramps.com. It is very easy to use. I've traveled thousands of miles with a motorcycle on it. The only modifications I've made are putting these little lights on the back to help see, because as you can see from the rear end, you can't hardly see the tail lights of the truck. So I added those for safety. I need to put some airbags on this pickup as well, just to help. You can see that it's squatting. Notice my lovely flat tire I had last night. That's great. But you can see it squats just a little bit, but not too bad. And I added one other modification when I had the Colorado. I added that little dog leg in it to help lift it up just a little bit more. It's got this bracket right here that you tighten up and it keeps it from swaying, and I also put these ratchet straps on the ends to help take out a little bit of the sway as well. Loading and unloading is a cinch. I can have the whole process done in about 5 minutes. But anyway, the rack is rated for 600 pounds, and it easily holds this bike with no problems. So let's take it off, shall we? All right, here we go.
I recommend that when you begin to unhook the fork straps, do the outside fork strap first. That way if you accidentally drop your bike, it'll fall up against the tailgate of your truck and not on the ground. Just a recommendation. The most difficult part of the whole process is getting the bike outside of the wheel lock. Find what's comfortable for you. You need to maintain control of the brake at all times. Believe me when I tell you, you can lose the bike really easily right there. If you have somebody to help you, great. If not, you can still manage it yourself. You just have to find what's comfortable for you.
That's it. Ready to go. Not much to it at all. Actually, you can see it took less than 2 minutes for me to do that. That's a very simple design, but extremely efficient. One thing I have learned that makes it easier is if you have a little bit of a lip, like off of a curb, into an area like that, kind of a rocky area, grassy area, what have you, it makes it a little bit easier, because then you don't have quite as much of a incline to deal with. But easily done, one person by himself, and I'll be on the road riding in less than a minute. All right, let's go have an adventure. All right, so I'm finished my ride, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to load this thing back up. Gotta load the bike.
You might want to keep your straps within arm's reach, because if you don't, it makes loading just a little bit of a challenge. When I load, I like to lean the bike towards the truck, leaving it a little bit loose so that it doesn't actually fall over on the ground. That's why I start with the outside, lean it forward, then do the inside, and then work myself back and forth with actually attaching the straps and making sure they're tight. When you're tightening them down, you should not compress the forks all the way. It's not good for your forks. I go usually about half compression, just enough to where if you hit a bump or something, your forks aren't going to compress and actually cause the strap to come loose. The rack came with a strap to go through the back wheel to keep it from bouncing out of the ramp or wiggling too much. I've broke a couple of them just because it sits on the inside of the rim and it can actually rub it until it breaks. So I've started using a ratchet strap across the seat, using a towel or a t-shirt, or in this case an old vest from work, just to keep from messing up my seat, but ratchet it down until it's sufficient, and haven't had an issue since.
All right, ready to go.